What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Sammy 2 times Burger Shop Boys with another video, consistent 2 times in the building. Know what I'm saying? Clap it, clap it, clap it, clap it, clap it up. We're gonna get straight into this, man. We got these boys speaking on Jalen Hurts possibly getting a 7-year, $375 million contract. We're gonna get straight into it. Drop a big like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. All praise goes up to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
This is one of the more intriguing stories in football because Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, all in the same draft class, obviously along with Tua Tagovailoa. But Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, this time for money. Jalen Hurts, he had a great season this year. Second team All-Pro, hard to do. But his first 2 years in the league were nothing to write home about. So now the real question that I have, that everybody at home now should be wondering, because it changes the whole chasm of the football world. Have we seen enough from Jalen Hurts to really commit to long-term?
Yes.
If you're an Eagles fan.
Did y'all watch the same Super Bowl that I watched?
Thank you.
Because I saw him arguably outplay Patrick Mahomes.
Thank
yes,
you.
Jalen Hurts has proven enough. And I'm not even saying that Jalen Hurts is one of the very best quarterbacks in the league. I caught a lot of flack at the end of the season for saying...
Gee, that's where you messed up now. He is top 3, bro. The only quarterbacks I'll put above him, maybe Joe and Patrick Mahomes. At worst case scenario, he's 3rd. Actual case scenario, he's 2nd. Feel me? He's top 3.
I don't think he's one of the 5 best. But guess what? This is the going rate for quarterback play. When you identify a quarterback that can lead your team to the playoffs and beyond, you pay him. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to happen is you wind up paying more. Or you wind up in a stalemate that messes up your entire offseason. Ask the Baltimore Ravens how that's going. Ask the Dallas Cowboys how fun it is paying Dak Prescott $40 million instead of getting in much earlier and paying him several million less per year. A gaffe that the Cowboys themselves have admitted they messed up. Like, that's not me projecting. That's them saying, man, we could have saved ourselves some money by doing this. You identify a guy, you pay him. Why is that? Because the quicker you pay him, the less money he makes, and the more of a bargain the deal looks like. Let's say Jalen Hurts signs this deal. It would average out to $49 million a year over 7 years. First of all, if you can get Jalen Hurts to agree to that, Eagles, by all means, go for it, because it gives you more years to play around with the money.
But let me focus on this. I don't want to get lost in the money.
Fine.
I want to get
whatever angle of this you want to take, it makes sense.
Because you and I have had great conversations off camera about it. Let's have it on camera. Jalen Hurts has had as many good seasons as he's had bad seasons, and he's had an in-between season. Obviously, he only played a little bit of his first year's rookie.
I'm glad you've mentioned that twice, and I just want to point out, and I wish Shady was here. I do not hate the Philadelphia Eagles.
He's a Cowboys fan.
Jalen Hurts showed you arguably his floor in 2021 on a much worse Eagles team.
Took him to the playoffs.
A.J. Brown wasn't on the Eagles in 2021. They didn't have James Bradbury playing opposite Darius Slay. They were not as good of a team, and he took them to the playoffs. Sure, they didn't win. They didn't contend with the Buccaneers. But if that's your floor, that suggests to me that you have a pretty good quarterback. If Jalen Hurts on a mediocre team can get you a wild card spot, and Jalen Hurts on a great team can take you within a drive of winning the Super Bowl, what are we talking about here?
Facts.
What else do you want to see from the guy?
I just want to see it for more than 1 year, and I want to see it on a team that wasn't as loaded as the Eagles were last year. Because this is what I find fascinating about the NFL when it comes to the money. You can always make the money work, right? You can get guys to restructure their contracts. You can have outs. You can, the number is, I think the two most important factors between a quarterback and his team is, what's the relationship between that quarterback and his team? Are they willing to work together to find a way to build the best team and pay that quarterback? The teams that have been willing to do that, Patrick Mahomes with Kansas City, Tom Brady with the New England Patriots, if we're talking about long-term success, those are the examples that I'm trying to follow. The other aspect is what's the acumen of my general manager? And I think we know that about Howie Roseman, right? The ability that he has. If I'm a quarterback and I'm saying, okay, I'll take a little bit less for you to build a team, I want to know that you're capable of doing that.
So what are you saying?
So I'm saying that there's no reason for me to load up on Jalen Hurts right now until I am convinced, within a shadow of a doubt, not that he's just...
And then when he improves next year, they're going to have to give him a whole house. I promise you. It's better to pay the man now Because if he have a better year next year and we win the Super Bowl, you have to pay him almost double that, boy. He going with the whole truck, I'm telling you.
Just capable of taking a mediocre team and getting me into the playoffs and then getting trounced? Is he better than that? Can he make the talent around me better? Because then I have a better idea of what kind of talent I need to build, and I'm far more confident in paying him whatever is necessary in order to build my team.
Today is the day to get the wheels turning, to get into the flow.
So
At Industrious, Global Access turns the world into your workplace.
But it's a salary cap league, and that's when you get into a space where you're paying your quarterback too much, and then you can't put a team around them. So they've proven that they're worth a certain amount of money. Now they demand that money because that's what the market says they're worth. Now you have to pay them that money if you want to keep them, and you're so good you're not in a situation to replace them. So now you're paying way more money than you would have been paying, and the deal is actually punitive. So what Dave said is really the best point, that last year, not last year, but 2021, they didn't have a team as good as they did last year. And the floor was they get to the Super Bowl. I mean, to the playoffs. And we can all agree that Jalen Hurts was much better this year, even as an individual player, aside from the pieces around him, which obviously help. But we saw Jalen Hurts look different. I mean, he looks physically different than he did in 2021. So he, as a player, has gotten better every single year. You should always pay your quarterback early. Now, do you need to give him a 7-year deal? If that makes you queasy, fine. 5-year deal, whatever. I personally would sign them for longer because you have more flexibility. And like you said, Rick, these deals are not the end. You're not signing a blood oath and turning over your firstborn child. You can move these deals after a few years. We know Jalen Hurts is dedicated. We know he's not going to play around when it comes to his body. All those things matter. You can get into the other intangibles as well, but who he is as a player, like just on the field, what he is to the locker room, what they are without him, which again, I know everyone likes, it's very exciting what happened with Gardner Minshew, but they're not the same team. So Jalen Hurts is essential to you winning. When they weren't great, they made the playoffs. When they were great, they went to the Super Bowl. So this is actually a great deal for both sides, in my opinion.
I want to throw this in, too, and I'll try not to get into the weeds, but it's important. The quicker you do it, again, the more flexibility you have. If the Eagles were to get Jalen Hurts under contract for the long term right now, before this season starts, he's not going to be that terrifying cap-eating quarterback for 3 more years. The Bills just now are starting to deal with the ramifications of Josh Allen's extension, and he signed it 2 years ago. You open up your window to continue adding pieces because you have more years to lower the cap hit. I hope that's not too convoluted,
By the way,
but it's
what
important.
did Josh Allen look like his first 2 years?
Way worse than Jalen Hurts.
Trash.
Okay, but it's a matter of, again, it's what you believe they are capable of being. And if you believe that Josh Allen not only had the ability to win with his legs, but win from the pocket, then you go ahead and you bet on that and you go forward. I still need to see just how good Jalen Hurts is in the pocket when his legs aren't there. If he's not relying on that, because that's what the Eagles used a tremendous.
If I'm not correct, he had the highest completion percentage in the pocket last year. What else do you want? What else you want? He had the highest completion percentage in the pocket.
Amount. And what have we seen with running quarterbacks? We're seeing it with Lamar Jackson right now. So that's where, look,
Lamar
all I'm
Jackson's
saying is,
I'm
not saying that Jalen Hurts can't be everything that you guys believe that he can be. I'm just saying, why not give me 1 more year? If my relationship is good with Jalen, why not get another look to see exactly who he is without all the talent that he had last year?
Yeah, it's good right now, but Jalen Hurts is a second-round pick who's made a little over $4.5 million in his career.
Correct.
If next year they go and win the Super Bowl, I would like a bajillion
I
dollars.
literally
Thank
just
you.
said this.
Like, forget this little 7-year reasonable thing. Yeah, we were friends then, but when you could sign me on a reasonable deal, you said you needed to see more. Now we got to be serious.
No,
now all that friendly stuff is out the window.
Y'all comment down below. Let me know if y'all feel like Jalen Hurts deserves that big bag, that $345 million bag, 7 years. But we're going to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all for all the support. Thank y'all for watching. All praise goes to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, man. I'm going to keep posting these videos for y'all. Back on consistent time, man. You know what I'm saying? And, yeah, I'm going to get up out of here. Until next time, God bless y'all, boys.